Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want, on behalf of the Palestinian people and their leadership, to express our gratitude, first of all, to the Committee on the Exercise of the Inalienable Rights of the Palestinian People for organizing this event this year, which is one of the most painful years in the history of the Palestinian people. There isn't much that one can say after the testimony, the passionate, the powerful statement of Dr. Tanya on behalf of those that she was asked to convey their messages to you and through you to the world. We hear you. We will not rest until we put an end to these atrocities in the Gaza Strip and to this genocide. We will not forget, we will not forgive, and we will go after those criminals who have caused this much suffering and pain to our people. The journey of the Palestinian people from the Nakba, before the Nakba and after the Nakba, was always a painful one, but we are resilient people, we are powerful people, we are creative people, we are educated people, we are determined people. We will never be defeated, we will never be broken. And I thank you so much for conveying synopsis of the reality of our people in the Gaza Strip, and I know the summation of that reality is a million times more than what you tried to describe of it, but you did describe it so eloquently, so passionately, and so faithfully to what you have seen and the tremendous amount of pain that was displayed, and you saw it, and it was something that should be told by all those brave ones like you who had the opportunity to go and to tell the world the pain of our people, which I agree with you, and many told me that no matter what we say, we cannot reflect the atrocities and the pain that exist in the Gaza Strip. We also want to thank the division for playing a very important role, the division on Palestinian rights at the United Nations, and all those who are with us today, all of you, to express solidarity with the Palestinian people, and to the speakers who delivered statements on behalf of so many different organizations and groups. We, the Palestinian people, will never forget the heroic work of the Committee on the Exercise of the Inalienable Rights of the Palestinian People, and you, Mr. Chairman, you, my twin brother, and the members of the Bureau and the members of the committee who have been working tirelessly in order to tell the story of the Palestinian people, and more importantly, to fight so hard for justice for the Palestinian people, to end this illegal occupation, to allow the Palestinian people to exercise self-determination, including the independence of our state, with Holy Jerusalem as its capital, and the rights of the refugees to return in accordance with international law and relevant UN resolutions. This time, this moment of solidarity with our people is unique, in which we need to double, triple, and to do more in order to stop this genocide against our people. If we succeed in ending this aggression against our people today, we save lives. Those that we lost, God bless them, bless their souls. We cannot bring them back to life. But we can save those who are alive. We need to save them. We need to stop this war. We need to stop this genocide. And we need to save our people, to attend to their wounds, and to rebuild the beautiful Gaza Strip, and to rebuild the entire nation of Palestine by getting rid of this occupation, evil occupation, illegal occupation so that we can live in freedom and dignity in our own state, where we can run our own affairs and do everything as other nations are doing without interference from a very vicious occupation that denying us all rights. But we will never be broken, as I said, and we will stay the course, and we will put an end to this evil, illegal occupation, and we will enjoy our independence. Mr. Chairman, thank you again for this organizing this event and the efforts of the committee, and we will continue working with you until we accomplish the objectives bestowed upon the committee by the General Assembly to help the Palestinian people to attain their inalienable rights, including their right to self-determination, independence and statehood, and the right of the refugees. Brother Sheikh Niang, Chairman of the Committee on the Exercise of the Inalienable Rights of the Palestinian People, and I have the honor and privilege of reading the statement of His Excellency President Mahmoud Abbas to this meeting on the occasion of the International Day of Solidarity with the Palestinian people. معالي السيد
Your Excellency, Mr. Antonio Guterres, the Secretary General of the United Nations.
Welcome my sister Amina Muhammad, representing the Secretary General. She is the Deputy Secretary General. سعادة السيد فيليمون يانغ.
Your Excellency, Mr. Philemon Yang, President of the General Assembly. His Excellency, Her Excellency, Ms. Barbara Woodward, President of the Security Council. His Excellency, Mr. Sheikh Niang, Chair of the Committee on the Exercise of the Inalienable Rights of the Palestinian People. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we commemorate the International Day of Solidarity with the Palestinian people, at a time that our people have endured over 400 days of an ongoing genocidal war, which has led to more than 150,000 casualties, the majority of them being children, women, and the elderly, killed and maimed by the Israeli occupying forces, who are deliberately and systematically targeting civilians in a repetition of what happened in the Nakba of 1948 and the tragedy of 1967, aimed at displacing our people and seizing their land and the resources. An urgent international intervention is needed to stop this tragedy that is taking place before the eyes and ears of the world. The international community has declared this International Day in support of the rights of our people, foremost their right to self-determination and the independence of their state, which necessitates taking practical and dramatic steps to confront the dangers that are threatening millions of lives and the possibility of achieving a just and comprehensive peace based on international legitimacy and the Arab Peace Initiative. It is now apparent to the entire world that the main reason for the lack of security and stability in the Middle East is the existence of this illegal occupation, which must be removed from the territory of the State of Palestine to ensure the realization of the inalienable rights of the Palestinian people, particularly the right to self-determination, and to achieve a just and agreed-upon solution to the Palestine refugees question in accordance with Resolution 194. Ladies and gentlemen, disregarding the legitimate rights of the Palestinian people over the past 76 years, and treating the occupying power as a state above international law, shielding it from accountability, thus providing it with impunity for its crimes, and even providing it with financial and military support, has emboldened it to defy international legitimacy and international law, and to persist in its aggression at every level. As a consequence, it has declared its rejection of the existence of the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees, UNRWA, established by the General Assembly, going so far as to consider it a terrorist organization. It also rejected the decisions of international courts and the most recent advisory opinion issued by the International Court of Justice on the cessation of the aggression and ending the illegal occupation, as well as the court's binding provisional measures, orders, and the arrest warrants issued by the ICC. It has even formally announced its readiness to implement the racial annexation and settlement expansion schemes, in addition to other illegal Israeli policies and practices, including ongoing invasions of cities in the West Bank, killing and arresting innocent people, demolishing their homes, confiscating their land, building illegal settlements, and taking other unilateral steps aimed at consolidating the occupation and ensuring its continuation. All of this has caused significant harm to the international law-based multilateral system and to its credibility, which has been shaken by the inability to stop the aggression, despite images of massacred children that have shocked humanity. The latest of which was the biased use of the veto at the UN Security Council to prevent a comprehensive and permanent ceasefire and thus allow the aggression against our people to carry on. Until when the world will remain silent, unable to deter the occupying power from its crimes, hold it accountable, and compel it to abide by international law like the rest of the countries of the world. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, a few days ago, we commemorated the anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, which was a most significant step reflecting our adherence to international legitimacy and international law, in which we affirmed our respect for UN resolutions in relation to the two-state solution as a way to achieve a just and comprehensive peace. The Palestine Liberation Organization, the sole legitimate representative of our Palestinian people and the umbrella of all Palestinians, has embodied the hopes and aspirations of our people for freedom and independence, stressing the need to eliminate the occupation from the entire Palestinian territory occupied in 1967 and to resist it through all political, legal, and diplomatic means and by peaceful, non-violent popular resistance. It has also stressed that no matter what the occupation does, it will not succeed in breaking the steadfastness of our people and their attachment to their land and their rights, always supported by the solidarity of the peoples of the world, who will not allow the occupation's plans to liquidate the just cause of Palestine and to obliterate the legitimate rights of our people, and will not allow the occupation to implement its annexation plans, apartheid, ethnic cleansing, and other policies that violate international legitimacy and international law. We stress the importance of taking practical steps to deter the occupation, including by suspending Israel's membership in the United Nations due to its refusal to abide by international law and its obligations, and due to its insistence on completing its crimes against the Palestinian people. Such steps are required to restore confidence in the ability of the international system to hold accountable those who violate international agreements and international law and compel them to fulfill their obligations. We have consistently stressed that the only way to halt the dangerous escalation we are witnessing in the region and maintain regional and international stability, security, and peace is to resolve the question of Palestine on the basis of international legitimacy resolutions and to immediately begin implementing Security Council Resolution 2735 to ensure the provision of humanitarian assistance to the entire Gaza Strip, as well as Israel's full withdrawal from the Gaza Strip, the assumption of the State of Palestine's sovereign responsibilities, and the return of the displaced persons to their homes in preparation for the reconstruction of what has been destroyed by the occupation. At the same time, it is imperative to reject Israel's plans to separate Gaza from the West Bank, including Jerusalem, to diminish the state of Palestine's responsibility for it, to stop the settlements, end the occupation, the killings, the settler terrorism, the attacks on the holy sites, and to stop attempts to alter the legal status quo and historical realities in the Holy City, as well as to stop the raids on cities, the extrajudicial killings, arbitrary arrests, and attacks on prisoners, as well as withholding the bodies of martyrs and plundering the Palestinian people's money and resources. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, despite all the difficulties we are facing today, we believe that no matter how brutal and horrific the occupation is, it will come to an end. We will continue to work to attain the rights of the Palestinian people to self-determination and freedom and independence on their land, the land of their ancestors, and to realize the independence of their state with East Jerusalem as its capital. We are all confident that the peoples of the world will continue to stand by what is right, what is just, and freedom for Palestine and its people, and that they will continue to work towards stopping the aggression, the war, the killing, the destruction, and displacement. Here, allow me, in my name and on behalf of the Palestinian people, to express appreciation to all the peoples of the world who have stood up and are still standing up to speak out against injustice and aggression, demanding an end to this illegal and abhorrent occupation that has tarnished the face of history with blood, murder, and deprivation of rights, freedom, and independence of an entire people, demanding also an end to the genocide of our steadfast people in the Gaza Strip. They have affirmed that these dangerous circumstances require transforming these courageous positions into actions through the positions of their governments and parliaments to support the steadfastness of our people on their land and maintain their hope for a firm international consensus to achieve peace and stability in accordance with international law. This includes recognition of the State of Palestine, obtaining full membership of the UN. Here, we must also commend the great efforts being made by the Global Alliance, which held its first meeting in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia with broad participation from brothers and friends to implement this goal that we collectively seek to achieve. Finally, I would like on this day to salute the resilience of our Palestinian people in Palestine and in the refugee camps and in the diaspora, and with pride and honor, I salute our brave martyrs, prisoners, and wounded people, and I tell them all, our unified goal is to end this illegal occupation and to achieve freedom and independence. Once again, I reiterate that the occupation will end and Palestinian rights will prevail, no matter how long it takes. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon you.
The statement of His Excellency President Mahmoud Abbas. I thank you, Mr. Chairman.